Hey there, in today's video, I'm just going to do a quick little walkthrough of how I've been currently using Akiflow. I've been trying to make it a point to do at least like monthly updates on how I'm using the app because I made the switch from Todoist to Akiflow back in December. And I've just been trying to find different ways of how to adjust the app to how it's just working in my life, to be quite honest. Todoist had a ton of filters and all that. Like, you could go crazy with them. But within Akiflow, it's more so about finding the time to do things. And honestly, like, Akiflow fits very, very well with my brain. And so it's been a little bit of a challenge to also break away from the fact that in Todoist I had all these intense filters and whatnot. And so I mainly wanted to start making at least monthly update videos on my Akiflow workflows, just to kind of share where I'm at with how I am using it in my life right now. First and foremost, projects is a bit different than my previous video. I'll link the previous ones in the description. But what I've kind of settled with is I have emails and messages up top. This is where emails or text message reminders basically go. I like having its own project because if, say, I've got a ton of emails or text messages that I just need to respond to, like they just piled up, I can just go ahead and just drag the project onto my calendar, and then I've got a time slot ready to go, and then I can just go into that project right from the calendar. So that's one of the reasons why I've just made that, you know, its own thing. I'm really bad at responding to text messages. Like, sometimes I just feel overwhelmed at the fact that if I reply to a text message, I know that I will have to set aside the time and energy to reply back to them. But with emails, there's always a little bit more of an importance with emails because right now I'm currently trying to apply to jobs and I want to make sure I'm replying to like job emails if like someone wants to interview, which I do have an interview a little bit later today, which is why I'm trying to make this short. And then also, like, I still have my photography business going on, and so I just want to make sure I'm on top of emails. Messages is like the one that I'm just like, I don't know if I want to respond to that. Anyway, I've got that project going on. It's been working great. I've also separated my life out into these 3 different categories: personal, side hustle, and work. So personal just holds all the stuff that's related to my personal life. I have a project for planning. This is for anything like I need to find time to sit and find time to plan something. So if I need to, for instance, like this past Easter, we had barbecue and my nieces and nephews over at our place, and I hosted, but I had a task in the planning project to plan out like the entire day, like who needs to bring what do I need to buy, what time are we starting, all that. And so I just had everything within that project. New job and new life. This is if I get a new job, what are the things that I need to do to kind of like make that happen? Part of that has been adjusting my Akiflow setup. Finances, anything related to finances. Personal, anything related to personal. Sunset AGP. This is, I refer to AGP as my photography business, Anthony Gauna Photography. And so I think what I'm planning on doing is slowly kind of just like easing out of it, at least as like a full-time thing, because I want to focus more on finding a job that can pay me consistently, so that way I can continue to build this YouTube channel. And so that's kind of like the plan right now. And so I've got tasks in there. That's just a project, not an area of things that I just want to do to kind of let the business kind of set sail on its own. Workflows, this is anything related to things like Akiflow or Notion, anything, even like my iPhone, anything that will contribute to like a system part of my life, anything that I can improve and, make better system wise. Family, this is everything related to family, my actual family here, my own personal family, things around the house, the cars, that sort of thing. Side hustle is something I'm now referring to as everything else, because in my mind, I'm going to get another job that's just going to be a job. It's just there to be my job, to make me money consistently and fuel my passions. And so I guess quickly, like I've just got a work folder and it just has a work project. I just do it that way. So that way it's in its own little folder. And if and when I get a job, if there are other projects related to my new job, I can just keep them all within this area. So I wound up creating Side Hustle, and this encapsulates, I don't know, everything else. So anything that's not my quote unquote full-time job in the future, and everything else. And so this is YouTube, this is video projects for YouTube, website projects, and then I also have AGP, which is my photography business, and then client editing, which is also related to AGP. And so everything's kind of like nestled in there. So another cool thing that I just realized was if you right click in this area, you can actually edit the views. So I actually do have more within here. So if you hover, you can see like it's show more. So if I click this has my routines area. And the reason I hide it is because it's just routines. I don't ever need to go into these projects. It's just there for like to populate within my today view every day. So different routines. Reminders is a place for me to put reminders for in the future, mainly because when I go into other projects within Akiflow, I want it to be things that aren't recurring. They're just things that I need to check off, and that way I'm continually like just getting things out of those projects. So reminders, even though it's not like recurring, but it's a place for me to put something for in the future. Like I need to do this for sure. So that's that project. Morning is mostly just recurring things that I plan on doing in the morning. And so usually those things will go into like my wake up routine area or my shower and get ready area. I'll just drag those things into those areas, and it's mainly just reminders for myself, just because of my ADHD. I just want to be reminded of certain things that I need to be doing every single day. Afternoon, it's the same thing, except those things go into my lunch break. So anything that I want to tackle in the afternoon while like maybe my lunch is warming up, a lot of the times it's cleaning out the litter box, taking out the trash, that sort of stuff. A lot of that just goes into my lunch break time slot. and it is a time slot. So you can just click on here and kind of like see, all right, what am I doing during my lunch break during these times? Evening, it's mainly just evening routines and evening chores. Those get moved into mostly like my clean up the kitchen time slot or my wind down routine time slot. Weekly review, this is something that I've been doing every Sunday. And so if we go to Sunday, there you go. I've got a time slot on Sunday where everything kind of like goes into there. It's just like things that, and I actually want to make a video on this in the future, but it's things mainly to set me up for success for the coming week. So like blocking things off the calendar, planning out meals, if I need to pick up my son from school, that sort of stuff, like making sure I'm planning out things that matter to me. Like I just don't want things to fall in between the cracks, basically. And so I just wound up making a project for that, so that way I can just drag it onto the calendar. This is actually just a recurring time slot, but also too, if while like I'm brain dumping and putting things into Akiflow in the inbox, I can just like decide, you know what, I'm just going to deal with this like when I'm doing my weekly review, and then I can add that to the time slot. And then recurring is anything else. This is anything that I'm trying to do daily or weekly, whatever. Just things that I'm chipping away at project wise, and just reminders. So that way I can just either schedule it onto the calendar or just delete it because of how Akiflow handles repeating tasks. Is basically like it just creates duplicates. And so say I've got like a daily to-do item, but today I didn't want to do it. I can just delete it, and then tomorrow it'll still be there. But recurring is just for those sorts of things. And then the other thing that I've hidden is up here. If you go to show more, it's the all tasks. I don't use this. I don't ever click on it. So I just don't want it to be in my view. So I just hid it. And the way to kind of like do this is if you, in the left-hand sidebar, you can just right click, hit edit views, and then you can hide even projects and such. But it'll show you things that you can hide. And then from there, you just click done. And then it will only show in the sidebar those items. But they're always there for you if you just go to the show more little thing right there. Tags. I'm still working on tags. If you saw in the last video, lots has changed. This is why I want to do monthly updates on my Akiflow process. But I've actually kind of gone back to, if you saw any of my previous Todoist videos, these are essentially the filters that I was using in Todoist, but they're just tags. Now I haven't gone through like all the projects and tagged everything just yet, but so far, like, this is what I keep going back to, is when I've got time, like, and I've got high energy or I'm distractible, what are the things that I can just do right now without having to schedule them onto Akiflow? Low energy, same thing. If I'm alone or focused, that's something like this video right now. I'm alone, I'm focused. Creative, not sure if it's going to stick, to be quite honest. Learn, definitely going to stick. This is anything that like I want to set aside some time to learn about. A lot of the times it's me putting YouTube videos into here and just setting setting aside some time to watch those videos. iPhone is basically like anything that I can accomplish on my iPhone, whether it's, you know, like at the end of a day or me sitting in a waiting room, things that I can do on my iPhone. Hanging around, this is mainly for tasks that I can do like when I'm not working or just on the weekends. And then after hours, this is like things that once the family has gone to bed and if I'm awake, these are things that I can do. And so that's my tags right now. The other new addition is the AI assistant called Aki. I just got this access just this week, so it's still brand new. And honestly, Aki is still in beta, and there's still a lot of bugs. It's not great right now, but with that said, I see so much potential in Aki, and I'm so excited for the future of it. So right now, it's pretty limited, but basically like right now, you can chat with it, and you know, you can tell it things to do. Basically, that's like kind of the whole goal of it, is to have it do things. So I can say like, if it's going to rain tomorrow, please add a task to get my umbrella tomorrow at 8 a.m. And I'm waiting for it to talk, checking weather. So this might actually just wind up happening tomorrow. No, get umbrella. So it is going to rain. Okay, cool. Mainly doing that because it rained today and I saw a lot of rain on the forecast. So let's go back to today. And there it is right there, umbrella. So the cool thing is you can start to sort of make weather related tasks based on things in your life. So you need to remember to get an umbrella, or say you want to go on walks or runs. It will check the weather, and then based on like how you talk to it, decide on a time and just add the task and reminder for you. I've been trying to make more walks lately, just because right now the weather has been pretty good and it's not like super sunny and like crazy hot. And so I've just been trying to take advantage of it, but we're also in April and it's also raining. And so just kind of like having something else, be aware of everything and just making tasks has been great. So you can do things like that. You can have it look at your events. You can have it look at your agenda. You can have it create events on your default Google Calendar. Right now, I think the plan is eventually like to be able to create it on different ones. So anyway, Aki has been great just for like being able to talk to it to that degree. But here's where it gets cool. So if you go up to your settings, you've got the AI Center. AI Center is just basically to enable AI in general. So right here, I've enabled Aki. Once again, Aki is in beta and not everyone has access to it just yet. So if you are using Akiflow and you don't have it just yet, just be patient. They're slowly rolling it out and it will come eventually. But as I said, like, it's just like basic right now, but I'm so excited for the future. So That's to enable Aki. And then you also have the auto assign projects section, which honestly, like, I didn't enable until this past week because I've just been like back and forth on like, how do I set up my projects and all that. And so far I've pretty much settled on my projects right now. And the auto assign has been pretty good. Anything that's been an email has been assigned to the emails and messages project. Photo related things have been assigned to either AGP or client editing. It's been pretty good. And so I think the key, if you want to use the auto assign projects feature, is making sure you've got like a for sure dedicated way that you like to use projects. So that way Akiflow can like start to learn how you like to use projects. Now, one thing to mention is if something isn't assigned correctly, you can also go in and just change the project. But the great thing is that Akiflow will learn from you. So right now, Akiflow is still learning from me. Like, it's only at 60%. And so it will be annoying in the beginning to have to like continually change the name of the project based on what Akiflow's AI assigned. But in the end, it'll make things a little bit more smoother. So I would wait to turn that on until you've got your Akiflow projects like down, basically. Okay, so going back to it, here's where the cool stuff happens. So you've got AI workflows. And right now I only have 2 workflows going on because this is kind of essentially like all that I could come up with based on what Aki is capable of right now. There are other things in my mind that I want to happen, but right now Aki is still in beta. It's still very limited, and so I'm just trying to use what I can right now. So one of the workflows that I have is at 7:30 in the morning every day. I have it checked to see if there's any items in my inbox, and if I do, I have Akiflow schedule a 15-minute task in the morning sometime between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. when I have time to clean up those inbox tasks. Basically just meaning like go into the inbox and categorize them, give them a priority, a label, that sort of thing. So that's been great as just a reminder. Because I feel like that's one thing like with a lot of people, if you're getting into digital like to-do lists and stuff like that, putting things into your inbox is easy, but assigning them a project and time to do them and all that, it's just so easy for tasks to just like pile up in your inbox. So that one's been great. The other one that I've done is at 11:30 p.m. every day. If there are any overdue tasks, I just reschedule them to tomorrow. I know within Akiflow, like if there's an overdue task, it will show up in an overdue section, but I kind of get annoyed with it, and I would just much rather see it in the today view and then have it just be in the today view and then me decide, okay, I don't have time for it, or me to make time for it. So that's mainly the reason why I do it. But so far, like that's all that I've found useful. There's templates that they're working on down here. In the previous build, there were more, but right now this is all they have. But overall, like I can see the potential with Akiflow being like just creating workflows to be like, all right, hey Akiflow, like these are 2 different projects that I want to make sure I at least do an hour each week, like work towards that each week, and have Akiflow schedule in an hour each week, wherever it fits in my time schedule, to be able to work on that project without me having to look at my calendar, drag it in, and all that. That just excites me so much, and I know it's coming based on what they've said in the community and all that, but it's just a matter of time. But anyway, that's it for me today. I just wanted to make a quick video on how I'm currently using Akiflow. I do have a Discord community right now, and then as well as a Ko-fi page as well. So if you want to, support me, I do have that as well. I will link that down in the description below. If you enjoy videos just like this on like Akiflow or productivity, or just like, I don't know, everyday life productivity, realistic productivity, honestly, be sure to subscribe, and yeah, look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye, y'all.